just using your library card, you have access to ebooks, audiobooks, so many resources.
Hi, I'm Lynn Widmeyer, and today with me is Sara Howle, who is the Assistant Director. I don't want to demote you. Assistant Director at the Bolivar-Harpers Ferry Public Library. I am an avid reader, and many years ago I discovered ebooks instead of print books. The reason I like ebooks is I can adjust the font, which is important for these tired old eyes. I also discovered this unbelievable app called Libby, which allows library patrons like me to access thousands of books, videos, audiobooks, you name it, for free. All you need is a library card. So I am with Sara today to tell a little bit about Libby and just start off by talking about what is Libby.
So Libby is an app that most libraries now participate in. So if you have a library card, speak to your library anywhere in the US, you should be able to participate. Definitely at our library you can, and libraries connected with us. It's an app that you download onto your phone, onto your iPad, onto a computer. And then, as you said, just using your library card, you have access to ebooks, audiobooks, so many resources.
It's really fabulous. I've been using it for years, and it's terrific. We're sitting in the library, of course, you see all these wonderful books. Tell us how you get books onto Libby for people to use.
Yes, so there's a purchasing software in a company called Overdrive, and that's where we have to purchase the books from. So we don't go to Amazon, we don't go to the Baker and Taylor where we buy our regular books. We have to purchase them from Overdrive. And then you purchase the books that you want, and they put them on Libby for your patrons. At our library, we are with 13 libraries.
Which just increases the availability of books.
Yes, it means we can each buy some without us having to buy all of them for our patrons.
Now, I'm not very good at technology, but even I have found I can use Libby. So talk a little bit about how you access Libby.
Okay, so once you download the app, you find it on your phone or your iPad. There's
Libby.
A little icon that'll say Libby, and you click on that. It'll ask for your number, your library card number, and then there's a search box, and you can search for books. And once you find them, it'll either say borrow if it's available. It's similar to an in-person library in that only one person can have the book at a time. So if it's not available, you can place it on hold. So it'll give you a notification when it becomes available for you to borrow.
And you can renew Libby books if there's no one in line.
Yes.
I've done that many a time. So it really is like a virtual library.
Exactly. Yes, we have a lot of patrons now. We have patrons that come in that want just hardcover books, but we have a lot that come in to renew their card because they only use Libby because they can't make it here because of mobility issues, or they're unable to come in for any various reasons. We have a lot of people that have switched.
I was doing some research on all this, and one of the terms that came up for traditional print books was deadwood books. But still, it's interesting because regular print books are still vastly more popular than ebooks. And even though ebooks are increasing in popularity, I think I read it, they only account for a quarter of all the ways people read, which I think is good for you because people are coming to the library more and more.
And the library offers so many other things as well, but even my 14-year-old prefers print books. But she reads so much. If she can't get it in print, she knows she can get it on Libby. And so using both is a great way to go.
I think it's interesting. We all know that if a library gets a print book, you buy the book. But how do you get access and rights to an ebook?
Yeah, so we purchase it kind of in the same way, but it doesn't come to us then. We go online, and when we find the title we want, we purchase it. And then the access is different. They've changed some things recently. So ebooks can be rather expensive and pricey for the libraries.
It said, those of us who might go on Amazon and buy a book, $9, $14. But access to an ebook from an author like Stephen King can be upwards of $130 for a library for a limited time.
Yes.
I found that.
And the
amazing.
audiobooks are even more.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So this isn't, I think people should understand that the availability of ebooks, it isn't really a savings for your budget. You still need a healthy budget.
Yes, it's actually quite a bit more expensive for us to do digital because often we only have access to the titles for 12 months or 24 months, or sometimes it's a limited amount of checkouts. So then at that point we have to repurchase that title. Whereas in the library, once we have it, as long as it doesn't get damaged, we have it for good.
Libby does not only offer you access to books. Tell us a little bit about the audiobooks, the movies, the magazines. Aren't they? You can get magazines.
So there are periodicals. Yes, there's lots of magazines. I love their magazine collection, from cooking to crafting to all kinds of things, and audiobooks and ebooks. I'm not sure about movies on Libby. We do have another app that is access to movies.
I mean, we can always use more apps.
Yes.
What app is that?
This is called Canopy. Not all the libraries have Canopy, so you need to ask if your library participates. With a library card from the Bolivar-Harpers Ferry Public Library, you can access Canopy.
Whoa!
And you stream movies to your TV. So there are a huge range of documentaries, international films, even popular movies that have come out recently. And you get a certain amount of tokens that you can use per month, and then you can watch those on your TV.
Now there are, like you said, this is one example of an app other than Libby. The Charlestown Library, which is not part of the public library system, they use Hoopla.
Yes.
Hoopla.
Yeah.
So there are various other apps that you can join.
Yes, and if you have a state library card, they also have Hoopla.
I joined the state library. You could call, right? The library, the
West Virginia Library Commission.
I called. They were very nice. They said, "Here you go," and I became a member.
So they have access to a few other things that I was going to share, if that's okay.
Sure, please do.
So if you call and get a state library card, that's the West Virginia Library Commission. Or if you go on their website and you click on State Library Patron,
we'll put that up.
There's a link there that says apply for a card. And you can just fill that out right online, and it gives you a card. And they have Libby as well. So you can put your local library card number and your state library card number on Libby, and then you have access to both.
This focuses on ebooks and technology, but talk a little bit about this library in terms of how many patrons you get, and it's such a fabulous community resource. So talk a little bit about
so
this
we
library.
are in a really small town of Bolivar, but we're kind of a center of the community as well, because
I think you are.
We offer so much more than books. I often tell people, coming to work, I never know what to expect of what I'm going to be doing that day. I've helped people stretch sweaters because they didn't have someone to pull the other side of the sweater for them. But we have tons of programs for adults, for kids, for younger kids. We have story time.
I think today, when we're so worried about losing a sense of community and togetherness and being pulled into work life, and then, the public library is still such a focus of community life and energy.
Well, I think
read books.
especially after COVID, people still need connection, and
Yes.
the library is a place you can find that. And we have found, I love watching patrons come in. I've had like a 3-year-old and an 85-year-old stand in front of the desk together and be able to converse about something they have in common. And I think that's really special about the library. You don't have that in a lot of other spaces.
So true. And all of you remember to tell the Jefferson County Commission this at budget time, because
Yes.
they fund these libraries, and
Yes.
there's a lot of competing interests, so we need to support our public libraries. Well, thank you so much, Sarah. This
you.
was terrific, and I urge people to look into these programs, and I'm sure they can call you
They can call us also.
to ask for help and
Yeah, absolutely. Or bring in your device and we can help you.
There
But
you
also,
go.
if you go on the West Virginia Library Commission, under the Libby heading, there is a tab that says it answers questions. So it's a help guide, and it'll help walk you through all the different things you want to do on Libby.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Sarah.
you. It's been wonderful talking to you today.
Have a good day.
Thank you. You too.